Hey guys, Graham here, and today I'm going to be doing a video on tattoo aftercare. Right, first things first, it is very important that you take good care of your tattoos after you've had them done, because obviously that's going to make or break the tattoo, really, isn't it? I mean, if you do a really bad job with the aftercare and you pick it, it's going to look like a crap tattoo no matter how good the tattooist was that did it. So when you've had your tattoo done, they'll either put a gauze of some sort on it or cling film it. When you get home and peel it off, it's going to hurt, or maybe if it started scabbing up a little bit already, it's going to peel that off. It's just not going to be very nice. But if that does happen, one thing you can do is you can just run some warm water over it, which loosens it up and kind of just pull it away. So the first thing you want to do when you get home is you want to take the dressing off and you want to wash it. You want to use a mild antibacterial soap for this and make sure it's unscented. It doesn't really matter too much, but you can never be too careful. So you just want to get off the Vaseline or whatever cream they put on it, and there'll be probably some dried blood on it. Just get rid of all that and give it a good clean. It might feel pretty sore at this point, but it does need a clean, so make sure you do it properly. And if it's got some redness around it, or it's a bit swollen, then that's normal. So there's no need to worry about that. Right, and when you dry it, what you want to do is you want to use some sort of paper towel, some kitchen roll or something. You don't want to use the hand towel, because people have been wiping their grubby hands on that, and it's going to have a load of crap on it. Or don't get a new towel even. I mean, it's gross. You don't want to be rubbing a bloody tattoo on a towel, do you, and reusing it. It's not very good. So just use like paper towels, but don't use toilet roll, because toilet roll has chemicals in it which helps it break down in the toilet, so it doesn't clog up the sewers or anything. So bear that in mind as well. So kitchen roll. Then it's just a case of really keeping it clean. Just don't shit on it or something stupid like that. Right, now this is where it gets a bit complicated, because lots of people say different things about this. Should you rewrap it, or should you leave it and let the air get to it? Now, there's conflicting points of view and there's lots of opinions on it, so feel free to give your opinion in the description, in the comments, sorry. But my personal opinion is that you leave it. Don't rewrap it. There's no point in my opinion. I mean, some people say it stops it scabbing up so much, but it's a natural healing process, and it doesn't matter if it scabs anyway. It's just for stupid people that pick it and don't want it, or they're worried about it itching too much or something. But I say, if you have a cut on your arm, which is essentially what it is, it's an open wound, you didn't wrap that in cling film, do you? So I don't see the point. I really don't. So I think that's kind of like the general consensus, is you don't bother rewrapping them. I mean, I've heard some really quite big famous tattooists saying to rewrap it, but I think the general consensus is that you don't. So I would say don't, unless your tattooist is adamant you do otherwise and you want to stick by their aftercare instructions or whatever. But you're gonna be getting a load of build up of blood and plasma and stuff under it, and you're just going to be locking it in with all that. And I think it's better just to let the skin breathe. I mean, your skin needs to breathe naturally anyway, so just just let it happen. Let it happen. One circumstance when you might want to rewrap it is if you're at work and say you work behind a bar and you've just had a tattoo on your wrist, and you're going to get like alcohol spilt all over it and it's going to get dirty. Then yeah, wrap it for the time while you're at work, and then just take it off again overnight. Working in sewers maybe. So options for creams and stuff to put on it while it's healing, because you're going to need to put cream on it a couple of times a day. So you've got A&D ointment is one thing which a lot of people use mainly in the States, because you can't really get it over here, but you can order it on eBay, and it's not too expensive. So that's one thing you could go for. I've heard lots of good things about that. It's supposed to aid your skin's natural recovery process and antiseptic and all that stuff. So yeah, that's one option. Tattoo goo. I've heard a lot of people recommend this. I've never tried it. None of my clients have ever tried it, so I don't know much about it. Can't really help you out on that one, but quick Google search and I'm sure you'll find some stuff on it. If you're going to use cocoa butter, which is perfectly acceptable in my opinion, I think that stuff works quite well, and most people would say that that's quite a good thing to use. If you're going to use that, make sure you get unscented cocoa butter. But personally, I will always tell everyone to use bepanthen, unless something better comes along. But at the moment it hasn't, so yeah, for now, bepanthen is nap your ash cream, and it's awesome, and it makes the scab kind of come off in little bits rather than in big clumps, which stops the ink coming out so easily when the scab's coming off. So that's a good thing to use, and yeah, I think it does a pretty good job of protecting it as well, because when you smear it on, it's quite thick. So yeah, I think that's and everyone always says to use that, 90% of people are now probably saying to use that, so yeah, go with that one. And if you put too much of any of these creams on, you can get like a rash from it, and if that happens, just stop putting it on until the rash clears up, because you don't want that happening. It's not good. Now, don't use anything else on it, only something that's been recommended, and maybe even if someone recommends something and you're not quite sure on it, just Google it, and there'll be loads of forums out there, or Yahoo Answers. There's loads of Yahoo Answers stuff on this, just telling you, you know, what to use. But these are the things which I would say do not use. Nivea, do not use that. My brother used it on one of his tattoos and pretty much all the colour came out. Savlon used to be what everyone used, but then I think some babies got some weird reaction from it, and they stopped selling it for a while, so everyone kind of moved on to bepanthen and found out it was a million times better, so use that instead. Moisturiser. It's just stupid. Why would you put moisturiser on a tattoo? If you had a cut on your arm, like I said earlier, would you put moisturiser on it, and would you wrap it in cling film? No, you wouldn't. You put plaster on it. So yeah, you wanna wash it once a day. So you know, when you have a shower, maybe twice a day. Yeah, I don't know, whatever you want. It doesn't really matter too much as long as you keep it clean all the time. If you think it needs a wash, maybe wash it in the evening as well. But yeah, when you have a shower, just you know, you don't need to particularly wash it. Just let the water run over it. Maybe get a bit of that antibacterial soap. Don't get any shower gel on it or anything. Try and keep it away from shampoo, just in case. You know, it's just common sense, really. And you want to just keep doing this washing and bepanthening until it's healed up, basically. There's not really any set time period. It completely depends on the person and, you know, their immune system and loads of factors, you know. So just do it until common sense dictates, wow, this tattoo's probably healed now, I should probably stop doing this. During the healing process, you will get a very, very scabby tattoo, and that is perfectly normal. You can kind of stop the scabbing a bit, like I say, with wrapping it with cling film repeatedly for days on end, but you know, like I say, don't unlock all the sweat and crap in with it, so just don't do that. So it will get scabby, and that's perfectly fine. It'll flake and be horrible and look like crap, but yeah, just stick some bepanthen on it and it will keep it kind of moisturised a bit. But yeah, like I say, don't put too much on, like twice a day, maybe a very, very, very thin layer. And yeah, just ignore the scab. It'll only last for maybe like a week, so you know, it's not that much to put up with when you've got a tattoo for the rest of your life, and it could look like a pile of crap if you pick the scab off, so it's not worth it. Right, here's some very simple rules that you must remember. Shower, good. Bath, bad. Swimming pools, bad. Now showering, obviously you can just let the water run over it, doesn't get too soaked, and you just get out, give it a little pat dry, absolutely fine, sorted. Baths, on the other hand, are not good, because unless say it's on your arm and you kind of have your arm hanging out of the bath, then that's fine. But you don't want to soak it, because obviously that will make the scab come off quicker, and that's not good, as I've mentioned a few times previously, so you don't want to be doing that. And swimming pools, they will obviously soak it, and there's chlorine in the water, and you don't want to be getting chlorine in it. One, it's going to hurt if it's really fresh, and two, it's just not good to get chemicals in your tattoo. So bruising, redness and soreness, that's all perfectly normal really, as long as it's not to an extreme. And if you are having any of these problems and they're, you know, it's really hurting or it's really sore or there's pus flying everywhere, then you probably want to go to the doctor. No, but seriously, if you are worried about it, you know, if you're slightly concerned, say this is the level of concern. Say you're about here, about halfway up, and I would say that's the contact the tattooist point and ask them what the hell's up with it. And if you're kind of getting towards the top end of the worriedness scale, I would say go to the doctor, like just ask them what the hell's wrong with it, and yeah, they'll probably just give you some antibiotics or something and kill off the human race in a few years. But whatever, just, you know, go to them, ask them what's happening, and it's better than getting blood poisoning. So once your tattoo has healed, a little tip which some people tend to forget is if you want to keep them looking fresh, and you know, it's out of say it's on your arm or somewhere that you generally have on show. If you're a chav, it would probably be on your chest. You have that on show a lot. Or if you're a hillbilly, maybe, you know, your upper thigh where you're just wearing your Y fronts a lot. So yeah, if it's in an exposed place like any of those, you're going to want to put sunblock on it, just to keep the colours looking fresh and bright for years to come. So the main points are, keep it clean, don't soak it or pick it, and 3, if you're worried, ask someone. There's no shame in it. Just ask the tattooist, I'm sure they won't mind. And if they're a bit of a knob and they're not really helping you, like I say, ask your doctor. So I hope that video has helped some of you guys out there, and if you want to debate any of the things that I said in this video and tell me I'm wrong, then No, I'm only joking. It's absolutely fine. If you want to disagree with me, I welcome criticism, so just stick anything in a comment that you don't agree with, and maybe I'll make another one of these and do some amendments. Yeah, if this video helped you, then you can click like and help me back. Or, you know, all comments are always welcome. I always reply to all my comments, pretty much, unless they're stupid. And, you know, subscribe, that would be brilliant. That would help me out. I'm almost at 1,000 now, by the way, and when I hit 1,000, I'm going to be putting up a special little video for you guys. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys soon.